We don't do the all 22 stuff very much in terms of like drilling down deep. But I figured with what's going on with the Bears and other situations around the league, it would be great to have you on to sort of give us your thoughts on when you watched the Bears of the Shane Waldron 9-week era. What was wrong when you were looking at it, Nate?
What really stood out to me was how siloed the offense was. And what I mean by that is when they were in one formation, they were running one play. If they were in this formation, they were running that play. If they're under center doing this, they're going to run the ball. If they are doing this, they're going to pass the ball. And I think that in a league that's smarter than ever, especially with defenses, they pick up on tendencies. So using that silo term, it was just I could see a lot of defenses just teeing off when they saw certain looks. They saw, oh, okay, this motion's happening. All right, I'm running full speed. Because now as the weeks go along, more film is out there. And so when you get smarter defenses, they're going to pick up on that stuff. Also mean just silo too in a different sense is that everything was so spread out. They lacked like condensed formations. And now condensed formations isn't just a big magic wand, but it coming from, Shane Waldron was last with Sean McVay. Well, he was with the Seahawks as offense coordinator, but before that, he had some Sean McVay influences from the Rams. And his offense and his offensive attack was so much different than everyone else from that tree. Not saying everyone should be a copycat, but those offenses really worked in unison. You look at the Vikings, you look at the Falcons right now, the Bucks right now, the Rams, obviously. All those offenses have a lot of motion, a lot of stuff working in unison with each other. Bootlegs, the screens off of bootlegs, the runs, all of it looks the same. With the Bears, it just never felt that way. It felt like they were just really always with a hand tied behind their back because they were just indicating so much to smart defenses. So that's kind of really what stood out to me with there.
So hearing that, here's my follow-up question. And, I know you're not in the building, but when you just said Falcons, Vikings, Rams, Bucks, what do they all have in common? They've got veteran quarterbacks, or at least in the case of, Darnold and Mayfield drafted two spots apart. So Waldron's no dummy, So the question is was that siloed offense born out of the fact that the rookie might not be able to handle any more than what they were giving him? Nate.
It was the same thing when he was in Seattle, Waldron, when those offenses in Seattle, and some of that could be a little bit of quarterback preference. And, even Geno Smith kind of likes to attack the same way as Caleb Williams, but maybe a little because it's a rookie, but I would say what I've seen from Caleb Williams, you said I'm outside the building, but just trying to reverse engineer this stuff.
Of course.
When I watch Caleb Williams, I see a pretty advanced quarterback for a young player, someone that's almost trying to be too perfect. I think all of his sacks are coming from, him holding on to the ball, not because he's doing crazy creation stuff. It's him trying to be stubborn a little bit and going like, no, I'm a pocket passer and I'm going to go through my reads. Do not care if things are falling apart around me. I'm doing this. But when I watched him, even week 2 against the Texans, he's handling all the protections on the road, communicating with everyone, going full audible and just, giving the term to somebody in no huddle situations. So to me, again, just kind of looking context clues. To me, that shows Caleb Williams had a pretty good understanding of what was going on. You don't see rookies handling protections like that. That's a pretty rare thing to see, like full control. So again, those are indicators that I'm like, Caleb Williams seems to have a pretty good knowledge of football and the playbook if he's able to do those things. So I think this was more a preference from Waldron of what he prefers to do, but maybe a little bit with Caleb stuff, just being a rookie quarterback, maybe can't execute all of it, but I do think Williams is like pretty advanced mentally.
Fascinating. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.